what do you think, or where do you see the biggest potential for tech companies to improve their sourcing process? And maybe, is there anything you think should be improved in the first place?
Yeah, so I definitely think there are some ways we can improve that substantially. I think most tech companies really rely on a lot of traditional methods for sourcing. One of them is LinkedIn, for an example, if they're using jobs that they post on LinkedIn, but also when they are proactively looking for talent on LinkedIn. Yeah, I talk to a lot of recruiters, I think 5 to 10 recruiters a week, new recruiters, and I actually see and hear them doing the same thing. And 95% of them is very reliant on manual search on LinkedIn and on posting jobs on job boards, which are essentially two different problems, I would say. The job board problem is that with posting on job boards, you will only actually reach the active job seekers that are actively looking for jobs on those job boards, which is just 30% of the total available global talent pool, which means that you miss out on 70% of the rest of the talent pool. And there's also something to say about the quality of active talents versus passive talents, because active talents are usually also looking for a job because they have to be looking for a job, because they have quit their job, or and that means they can be more desperate and therefore less motivated on the long term to be employed by your company, actually. So that's on the job board problem. But I think the most challenging problem to actually solve and to get over with your mindset in recruitment is LinkedIn, because a lot of people or recruiters really focus on the available talent on LinkedIn, but there's a lot of other platforms where you can actually also proactively source passive talents. And that's, for example, platforms like Stack Overflow, GitHub, where you can find tech profiles and actual technical activity and career goals as well. But also think about, for an example, an AngelList or Meetup, where people are organized in certain groups that say a lot about their interests. And all those different platforms, and I just mentioned 4, but there are dozens of other platforms you could use. All those different platforms together provide very rich information about the candidate. And that's exactly what you need to nowadays make an impression on candidates themselves, because you have to really prepare. We all know the LinkedIn outreaches of recruiters that are far from spot on and that are super automated as well and not very targeted. My last recruiter message that I got was for some kind of ecosystem manager. I really didn't know what that position would be about, and I don't really think the recruiter knew what I was able to do and what I actually wanted to do. So they didn't really do their research. So all that rich data that's available on the web, that really helps to better understand which candidates are actually a good fit for your job.